Well, you guys, I got caught. I've imported reptiles for years. I've dealt with customs, USDA, Fish and Wildlife, and I know how to do things by the book. But this time, something changed. What's legal today might be flagged tomorrow, even if the law hasn't changed. Well, you guys, I got caught in between a country with a database that's up to date and a country with a database that's out of date. And before I start to explain the situation, let me just be clear that this is not about blaming enforcement. This is a public service announcement to help you guys stay safe as importers, breeders, or collectors. Let's get into it. So you guys, at first, I was really excited to get an additional wild-caught Antaresia papuensis, Papuan spotted python, to add to my breeding group. Now, before these were renamed, my previous animals that I imported years ago came under the accurate name at the time, Antaresia maculosa. And in 2021, the Papuan spotted pythons were officially given species status as Antaresia papuensis. So just this year in 2025, Indonesia updated their database to reflect the correct and accurate name of Antaresia papuensis, and they omitted Antaresia maculosa, the previous old name, from their database. So they started issuing CITES documents under the new name. And that's when my problems began. And I already know from previous experiences that the CITES database is out of date. It takes a long time for it to be updated, and guess what? Antaresia papuensis is still not listed in the CITES database. So apparently it has to be requested to be added as an agenda item by the country of origin at a COP meeting. And then they take a vote, and then the process can begin from there. So US Fish and Wildlife took issue with this and asked me to explain the situation. So I provided the 2021 paper, I broke down the history, I explained that all the other databases are up to date to the new name, and essentially the entire world has acknowledged the taxonomy change, but the CITES database still has not been updated. So US Fish and Wildlife sent it up the chain for review, and the shot callers there deemed it a legal import with accurate paperwork. However, the animals were still not cleared because the local office only relies on whatever the CITES database says. The peer-reviewed paper and the accepted name of Antaresia papuensis does not matter, but they did state that Antaresia maculosa only occurs in Australia, which is what the 2021 paper states, but actually the CITES database says it also occurs in Papua New Guinea and Indonesia. So I know it's a bit confusing. I'm also still a bit confused, but eventually the snakes were cleared, but I was admonished not to import any more under the old name Antaresia maculosa, and that they will not recognize the new name of Antaresia papuensis because the database that they rely on is 4 years out of date. And they stated that they would seize any Antaresia in future imports. So tell your friends that import, don't try to import this species, it's gonna be a problem. So a few years ago, you guys, I moved my collection overseas to my breeding facility in Malaysia, and I was contemplating on whether or not it would have been a wise decision to move the Antaresia over there or not. I knew that there was taxonomy changes coming, name changes coming, and if those did take place, I was fearful that those animals might get stuck in Malaysia and never be able to make it to the outside world, into the hobby. And this is exactly what happened, so I'm super thankful that I kept those animals here stateside where they're safe and sound. So we have a show announcement, you guys. We're going to be doing the Central Valley Reptile Expo in Ontario, California. It's a sold-out show from what I'm told, and it's only about 20 minutes east on the 10 freeway of where the Super Show was. So it's still in SoCal, it's not so far. So I'm gonna get back to the house, you guys. I'm gonna give you guys a sampling of what we anticipate being on the tables at the expo, if we don't get cleaned out like we did on our green tree pythons last weekend. So you never know how that's gonna work out, but let's get back to the house. So you guys, for the show preview, I believe we are going to have some of these Tanamera black white-lipped pythons or southern white-lipped pythons. I've got a bunch of babies here. I have males and females. So even though I still need to contact my waiting list people, I think we're still going to have a decent amount of these for the show. They are so amazing. These little babies, they're hard to come by. We have a pretty even ratio, almost even, a little bit heavy on males, but the iridescence on these out in the sun is amazing. I don't get to see them that often because I don't take them out that often. I just let them do their thing. They're really, really good feeders, and they're docile just like the Tanameras should be. And so we do have some of these, and I think they'll make it to the expo. So I think we are going to still have some viper boas for the show as well. These might get picked off in the meantime, but we have some amazing viper boas. We have different sizes. Most of them are feeding. Some of them are not quite kicked in yet. We still might bring them to the show for those people that are more experienced with viper boas and kind of understand that they don't always feed straight away. Sometimes they need some time to adjust, but this one is crazy right here. This thing is amazing. I love the pattern. I like how the dorsal pattern is edged in white, and then the red belly, of course, and just a really, really chunky female. This one here in my left hand is also very amazing. A really nice striped dorsal pattern. And then the thing that really stands out to me is that these sarong localities, they have a lot of orange, and it even comes up on the side as you get down towards the back. I think freshly shed, this animal is going to be absolutely amazing. But anyway, viper boas, I think, will make it to the show. Should have some on the table, and probably will bring a few extras for underneath the table. So if you don't see something that you're looking for, definitely ask me. Probably will have them at the show. And I think we're going to also bring out this 1.3 group of adult Macots pythons. We have a really nice long-term captive established group. Actually, the male is captive bred, and we have 3 females, all in the same size range as the 2 that you see here. These are 2 of the 4, and then we have an additional 2 girls. So these are so cool. They're docile. They're really, really good eaters. And it's a species that I haven't bred yet myself, but I was keeping them to see if I could knock that off my list. But I'm just sort of running out of space here, and I don't want to inundate my family and my worker while I'm gone. So I think we'll put these up for grabs. But I really like Macots pythons. We have some smaller ones too. We have, I think we have a couple babies that we will also bring. But really nice, one of my favorites. And we still have a couple of these black Janseni, these melanistic Janseni. They are so amazing, just absolutely jet black. Even the eyes, the irises, everything about them is black. The belly is black. They are really, really cool. But we have 2 of them, and they're both established and feeding very well. They've been here for a little while now. But that should be something new for the table, at least. I don't think you get a chance to see these very often at expos. So we'll bring them out if they're still around by next weekend. Really nice. And the last one I'm going to show you guys, I don't know if once we get through the waiting list, if I will have any of these for the expo, but we have some baby Appidora. We actually have one that's like a small adult, and then everything else after that is small like this. But these are amazing. They are super awesome. Really, really nice looking animals. So the Papuan olives are usually in demand, and we have a waiting list, but again, I never know how the waiting list is going to turn out until I actually start running through it. So if we have any surplus animals of these, we will bring them to the expo. And you guys, we still have 1 pair left of our Vietnamese blue beauties. These are CBB in our Malaysia facility from last year. And these are here because we had a customer flake on the pair. But we can manage, it's no problem. They're super nice animals. We'll bring them to the show if they're still around. Big and very, very well started, and getting very, very nice and blue. Really nice. So that's going to do it for today's video, you guys. We gave you kind of a weird mix. I wanted to update you and let you know that we will be at that expo. I will put the information down in the description below. And then, yeah, importing, you just never know how it's going to go. What's legal and okay one day can be not okay the next day. You just never know. So again, tell your friends, public service announcement, don't try to import Antaresia. You're gonna have a problem. And that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you in the next one. Take care.